All right, so what we're gonna do next here is to create a shape that we can enter this text in. So we're gonna use, you can use either one of these tools. Basically what we're gonna do is draw a path. So you can either use the pen tool or the curvature tool. So if we escape out of that for a second, this curvature tool. So you see this here lets us actually create curves as a shape. So I'm going to start down here at the bottom, and I'm just going to left click, and that's going to start my first point. And then I can left click again, and I'll start my second one. You can see that I'm actually in a curve. So all I'm doing here is tracing this shape. And you can see it's going to color it in, which what we can do in a second is remove that. So this just gives you an idea of the shape that you're trying to create. So you can draw any shape. This just so happens that we're doing the guitar here. So I just want to make that kind of straight. And again, the spacing of your points will depict or depend on how much curvature you have. So if you make them a little tighter, you can get a little tighter curve through here. All right, so I'm just spacing them out, and I'm just eyeballing them in to really make the shape. You can see I can come down here, and if I make it a little straighter. Now, because I can't see in here, what I'm doing is over here is this filling. You see the fill is white. So we're going to click on that swatch over here under properties, and I'm going to click on this none, and that gets rid of that shape there. So then I could come back over here and click in here, and I can start creating or continue to create. So this one kind of comes in as a little sharp angle here. We're gonna just round it off. And again, you could just make this straight as well. So I'm just gonna come in here with a little extra point. So again, I'm just picking where I want these points to be until I get back to the end over here. So I'm just touching the end here, and it closes that shape. So now I've got the shape of the guitar I want. If you want to move any of these points, you can see when you hover over that point, I can left click and I can drag this guy down and reshape those points a little bit. All right, so that's this tool here. So it automatically changes when you hover over that point. Right, so there's our shape. Next, we're going to go up to the text tool. And if you have a T, which is the type tool, we want to use this area type tool. And what we're going to do, we already have our path selected here. So we're just going to pick on that path. And you can see that it drops in a whole bunch of text. And it's in the shape of the guitar. So if I go over to my layers and we expand and we turn off the background image, which is this one, you can see that it's just got the text. So if I start typing, all right, so I can start typing in the words of the lyrics, and you can see that it will follow the shape. Okay. Now I don't want to type all this, so I'm going to show you a trick. If you go in Google, all right, so let me bring up a browser here, and we say Freebird lyrics, and here's the lyrics. Okay, so I'm just going to copy and paste these. Now I'm going to select the text, and I'm going to show you something here too. So this is all dependent on how you want it to look. So I'm going to Control C to copy, and I'm going to go to Google, and I'm going to open up Google Docs, and I'm just going to create a blank document, and I'm going to Control V to paste it in. Now what we want to do is get rid of these returns. So I'm just going to delete, hit the N key, hit a space, hit delete, N key, space, delete. So I'm just going to continue hitting N, hit the space key, delete, end, space key, delete, and let's back that up. space key there. Okay. And then same thing, end. Now I want this all to be capitalized too. So with Google, there's another trick. So if I select the text, once I get that all done, you can go up to edit, or let's see, where is it? Format, sorry, text. So once you complete this and getting it to be one full paragraph, right? I want the text to be all capitalized. So if you select the text, go up to format, go to text, go to capitalization, you can click uppercase and it becomes all uppercase. So when you're done, you're going to look and have something that looks like this. So now I can take this, again, Control C, go back to Illustrator, and we're just going to select that text that was in this shape, and we're going to Control V, and that's going to place the text. So now you're going to go to the Properties tab, and you're going to select the text, and this is where you have to determine, how you want it to look. So you can play with the character set. So if I come over to the character and I change the font, right? So you can see if I use that font, it may be a little bit too big, but what you want to do is you want to find a font that's going to be easy to weed if you're cutting this out, if you're cutting it out and you want to weed vinyl or on a t-shirt or whatever, you want to find a text that's good enough to weed. So if I pick this one, you can see the text still doesn't fill the whole size. I can actually make it larger, which is good because I can fit more of it in here. All right. Now you can also play with the paragraph spacing. So if you do this, you can see, I click on that one, which basically it justifies the last line to the right. You can see it kind of spaces it out. So maybe that's what I want it to look like, but you could also come in and if you just select, maybe the word love or something, or one of the words, you could actually change that to a different font, if you want that to be a little bit larger. Okay, so you can make them change the fonts the way you want just by changing the character, the size, and playing with these adjustments. So there's a lot of tools in here. You can change the line spacing. You can change the font. You can change the spread of the text. So if you want it to be here larger, you can see that it changes this horizontal spacing of the font as well. All right. So you're going to get it to the way you want, and then that is how you place text inside an area. All right. So again, the shape can be any shape you want, but we're working on the guitar, so that's what the guitar will look like.